What I'm about to say may not be very popular, but it's true. People lie. Not always, but when the circumstances are right, we tell some real whoppers. Just yesterday, when my neighbor asked me what I thought of his haircut, I told him I liked it. That's right, I told him I liked that haircut. Mom told me since I was trying to be nice to him, it was a white lie. Dad says a white lie is a lie with a good PR agent. Call it a lie, a whopper, a distortion, you name it. The more important question is, can you influence people to stop lying? I know. You're probably thinking only the threat of punishment or public shame will keep people from lying. Dan Ariely, a behavioral economist at MIT, showed there is one even more powerful source of influence that we usually overlook that can have a really big effect, at least on adults. Well, I decided to try my own version of his experiment on some of my friends. Here's my experiment. I asked 15 kids I know from school to participate in an experiment testing the relationship between height and coordination. In reality, I wanted to see if I could create conditions where good kids I know and like, would actually lie. I even threw a little money into the mix to make things a little more interesting. First, I measured their height. Then, I asked them to toss beanbags from 5 feet through 3 holes of decreasing size. I offered them $1 for each beanbag they got through the big hole, $2 for the middle-sized, and $3 for the smallest one. Now here's the trick. To tempt them a bit, I asked them to keep track of their own score, and then I used a hidden camera to check their numbers. Let's see what happened. Yikes! Sometimes the temptation to fib can be pretty strong. 12 out of 15 of my buddies lied. That's 80%! Makes me suspect I would have too. And here's one of the biggest whoppers of the day. Here's his performance. And here's his report.
What was your score?
3 threes, 2 twos.
He claimed he got 13. That's off by 260%. Maybe lying interferes with higher brain functions, because out of 15 possible points, one of my friends scored an unbelievable
16.
16?
Yeah.
These are pretty much the same results Dr. Ariely found with adults. Similar to his research, I had been able to create conditions that led to lying. And like Dr. Ariely, I now wanted to see if I could reverse the results. Dr. Albert Bandura suggests that often the reason you and I behave badly is because we're often morally asleep. We aren't thinking about the moral implications of our choices. So what would it take to wake us up? I repeated the experiment with 15 new friends from school and told them the same story. Shoot 5 beanbags for big bucks to help me test the relationship between height and coordination, yada yada yada. Now, some of you may be thinking it's ironic for me to lie to people in order to learn about lying. But hey, I'm not running for president here or anything. I'm just trying to do science. Okay, so this time I did one extra thing. Here was the secret source of influence. I asked the participants to sign an honor code. That's all. I had them read and sign a brief paragraph admonishing them to be honest about their score. As you'd expect, everyone agreed. Just as before, they kept track of their own scores while I tracked their actual score with a hidden camera. Now watch what happened. Astounding! People were telling the truth. This time, 12 out of 15 told the truth. That's 80%, a complete reversal from the first group. Here's Jake, a good friend and a star on our high school basketball team. Imagine how humiliating it would be to report that out of a 15, he got a...
What was your score?
6.
Low, awesome. And yet he tells the truth. Way to go, Jake. When Dr. Ariely had adults sign an honor code, 100% told the truth. So what do we learn from this? If you're trying to influence people's choices when they face temptation to do the wrong thing, you can try the old standbys, shame or punishment. But why do that when helping people connect to their values works so well? That's right. You can change people's feelings about their choices simply by helping them connect to the values they already hold. And as far as my neighbor's haircut goes, well, I'm sure I can find a compliment in there somewhere. Like, I love how it shades my side of the block? Yeah, something like that ought to work.